here's one mistake that can seriously derail your retirement. What is it? Well, it's not planning for a retirement that could last for 30 years or more. Now, retirement isn't just a goal. It's the next stage of your life where you should have security, freedom, and peace of mind. But if you underestimate how long your savings need to last, you risk stress, lifestyle compromises, or even having to return to work later in life, God forbid. What would it feel like to reach 80 or 85 thinking you had enough, only to discover your money falls short? Keep watching to learn how to avoid it and prepare for a confident, worry-free retirement. Now, the purpose of retirement savings is simple but powerful: to create a reliable income from the moment you stop working until the very end of your days. The one mistake many people make is assuming that their retirement will only last 15 to 20 years. Now, that gap between expectation and reality is where the risk really lies, and it can have a profound impact on your lifestyle, health, and emotional well-being. It's not just about numbers either, folks. It's about freedom, confidence, and the ability to actually enjoy decades ahead without constantly worrying about whether you've got enough money. Imagine this in more depth. You retire at 65. You're confident that you've saved enough for the retirement you've always wanted. You're excited, and for a while, everything feels perfect. You enjoy your days, perhaps traveling, spending time on hobbies, or just relaxing without the pressures of work. Life seems divine and exactly as you imagined. But by the time you reach 75, unexpected costs appear. Healthcare bills rise that you didn't anticipate. Energy and living costs climb faster than you thought. The cost of a pint of beer goes through the roof. And market fluctuations impact your investments. Well, the lifestyle you meticulously planned starts to feel a wee bit fragile. Decisions that should feel liberating now carry stress and uncertainty. The reality of retirement can feel very different from the plan if longevity isn't considered properly. For those who follow our channel, you know this is something that we see repeatedly. People come to us confident in their plans, only to discover once we run the numbers that their money will probably run out sooner than expected. And it's not because they didn't necessarily save enough, it's because their plan didn't account for how long they were going to live. Even small changes in healthcare costs, inflation, or market returns in particular, because they can never be guaranteed, can have a compounding effect over 30 years. And that's where many plans fall short. Let's consider some statistics recently released by a Guardian report, and it highlighted that the amount required for just a very basic standard of living in retirement has increased by nearly 60% in the last 3 years, rising from £68,300 to £107,800 in pensions and savings. This dramatic increase illustrates just how quickly the cost of retirement can grow. And for anyone without significant savings, this could mean working longer than planned, adjusting lifestyle expectations, or probably both. A pot that could be considered able to last for 15 to 20 years may now need to last 30 years or more. The emotional side of retirement planning is just as important as the numbers, and in fact it might even be more important in many cases. The fear of running out of money can weigh heavily on retirees. It can disturb sleep, fuel anxiety, cause lots of arguments, and subtly influence your decisions, sometimes leading people to avoid traveling, avoiding hobbies or social activities simply because they're so worried about spending too much. Now, thoughtful planning brings confidence and flexibility and certainty. It lets you enjoy the things that matter most without constant worry, and it helps you make great decisions. Planning for longevity isn't about being pessimistic either. It's about creating freedom, stability, and ultimately peace of mind. And at Reeves, we see this happen all the time. People come to us worried that their savings won't stretch far enough, only to discover their money could actually run out 10, 15, or even 20 years sooner than they expected. Now, if you want to know how your retirement plan really stacks up, there's an opportunity to get a clear picture and personalized guidance. You can book a free one-to-one financial review with the experts here at Reeves by clicking the link in the description below. And in this session, you'll explore your real retirement horizon, review your pensions and your savings and your investments, and discuss strategies to make your money last as long as you do. It's a chance to ask questions, clarify your plan, and see practical steps tailored to your situation, completely free, and we're impartial, of course. So what can you do to avoid the mistakes of not planning for retirement longevity? Well, the first step actually is just understanding your real retirement horizon. Don't plan solely based on average life expectancy, for example, because who knows how long we're going to be here for. Think about how long your money might need to last if you live into your late 80s or 90s, or like me, live to your 120. Review all your pensions, your savings and your investments, and all of your assets actually. Are your withdrawal expectations realistic for that extended period? Have you accounted for inflation correctly? Because of course that gradually erodes purchasing power over the decades. Reflecting on all these questions now allows you to make informed adjustments that can prevent major stress later on. Planning for a retirement that could stretch into your 90s, for example, doesn't mean you expect to live that long. It just means you're prepared if you do. This approach provides freedom, flexibility, and ultimately confidence. You can enjoy retirement knowing that your money will support the lifestyle you want, whether that includes loads of travel, UK or abroad, hobbies, no matter what they may be, or simply just living comfortably day to day and enjoying the garden. It transforms retirement actually from a period of worry and concern into a period of great decisions and choices. Now, there are several practical steps you can take. Firstly, you can review the pensions that you've got and the investments that you've got to make sure that they are invested appropriately for your time horizon and in great investment funds. You can consider phased retirement options, which is basically going down from 5 days to 3 days to 2 days to 1 day and then stopping completely. You can adjust your withdrawal strategies and factor in potential healthcare costs, and this all contributes to a much more robust, considered, well thought out plan. Even tiny tweaks now can make a significant difference decades down the line. The goal really is just to create a retirement plan that's resilient, adaptable, understood, and aligned with your personal vision for the future. Retirement planning isn't, however, just about securing your own future. It's about protecting those you love. Thoughtful planning today ensures that your family is safer no matter what happens. Longevity-focused planning can also prevent your heirs from inheriting financial stress or being forced to make difficult decisions if circumstances change unexpectedly. The key takeaway from this particular video, I hope, is pretty clear. One of the biggest mistakes in retirement planning is underestimating how long your savings actually might need to last. Many plan for, say, 20 years, but retirement can easily stretch for 30 years or more, particularly if you're a Reeves client where we're driving for earlier retirement. Health changes, unexpected costs, or early retirement can obviously disrupt even the most carefully considered plans. The fear of running out of money is definitely real, but with proactive, longevity-focused planning and a good advisor, including strategies for inflation protection, tax efficiency, better withdrawal plans, and legacy considerations, you can and will create a retirement that is secure, sustainable, and truly yours. Proper planning, what does it do? Well, it allows you to live confidently, it allows you to make the most of your freedom and ensure your lifestyle and family are protected. Retirement's not just a finishing line, folks, it's the start of decades of opportunities actually, decades of choices, decades of decision making, which all need to lead to peace of mind. So instead of hoping for the best, why don't you plan for a retirement that could exceed your expectations by using a detailed cash flow focus like we do that will account for longer lifespans, by reviewing your savings and your pensions now and regularly, and considering potential costs and strategies. You can create a roadmap which will give you confidence and security. Now, if you're unsure whether your retirement plan is on track, the next video is a must watch. We're going to break down exactly how much you should have saved by 50 and help you see if you're where you need to be. So why don't you click here, watch it, take the next step towards a retirement you can truly enjoy. I want to see you there.